continues here on WCIA3, your local news leader.
This is a proactive way that we can get in front of another calamity.
A plan to temporarily take guns out of the hands of dangerous or mentally ill people is gaining traction in the Capitol. The bill's next stop is the Senate floor for a vote.
Law enforcement officials say they have concerns, though, before that happens. WCIA3's Raquel Martin is live in the Capitol tonight. Raquel, you spoke with the director of the Illinois Sheriff's Association. Where does he stand on this issue?
Aaron, he doesn't necessarily oppose the legislation. In fact, he says he understands how it could help prevent some of these senseless killings, but he does think it needs a few tweaks. That way, these officers aren't put in harm's way. Wake of yet another mass school shooting, state lawmakers are waging war on guns, and Senator Julie Morrison is on the front lines.
It's time, it's time for Illinois to take some action and quit sitting back.
Her plan, take guns away from a person before anyone gets hurt. So far, it's getting support from both sides. Would you have an objection to something like this?
Absolutely not. I mean, because there are a lot of people out there that are unstable, and they are carrying firearms, and they shouldn't be carrying firearms.
While gun lobbyists oppose the legislation, citing violations of due process, gun owner and avid hunter Stephen Messer says something needs to change to keep our communities safe.
I've got 3 children, and that'd be hard to leave and lose one of them.
If a person shows signs of unstable or threatening behavior, loved ones and law enforcement can step in and alert a judge. The court could then order that person to turn the weapon over or send police in to take it.
If we're mandated to go in and get some of the weapons, what happens if we go into the house or wherever for that matter and we don't get them all?
Jim Kychek says the law could put more officers at risk. He thinks more training and funding is needed to move forward.
We're here to protect and serve as law enforcement, and that's our foremost responsibility, is to make sure that we're doing that to the best of our ability. But at the same time, we need to make sure that we've taken appropriate precautions.
Another important point that he is raising is what happens next. He says this bill should also include resources and ways for people who are mentally ill to get help. That way they don't end up behind bars, which is where a lot of people who are mentally ill end up. Now, again, this bill has been is headed to the Senate floor, and an identical bill has been introduced in the House. For now, live in the Capitol, Raquel Martin, WCIA3, your local news leader.
All right, thank you, Raquel. Now, right now, judges take similar action during domestic abuse cases. Under this legislation, they would evaluate a person's threat level after looking at several factors, including a history of physical abuse, substance abuse, a history of threats or violence, or past felonies.